11 years ago. 11 years ago! We were finally introduced to these three wanderers, Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. And for anyone who absolutely blitzed through the story like I did, then it was 11 years ago for you when you found out how this game ends. Or did you? Turns out Rockstar threw us a curveball, or as a matter of fact, 3 curveballs, those being options A, B, and C. So, when you finally got to the end of the game, Franklin had the choice to choose how it ends. Either going with option A, killing Trevor, option B, killing Michael, or option C, which is what most people probably went for, and that was DEATHWISH. Choosing not to kill any of the main protagonists, but instead sorting out everyone's beefs and riding off into the sunset. Now we fast forward 11 years, and with GTA 6 coming sometime in the next 10 years, some of us are starting to wonder whether or not we are going to see any of the main protagonists show up in Vice City. Growing up on GTA Vice City, I'd love nothing more than Tommy Vercetti being a Scarface regen in GTA 6, but it's not looking likely, brother. But with GTA 4, 5, and 6 sharing the same universe, and with Nico Bellic still possibly being alive from 4, is it possible these mother suckers are gonna make an appearance? Well, before we cross that bridge, we have to solve the mystery of which ending is the canon ending. Both Trevor and Michael can't exactly rock up in Leonida if one of them's 6 feet under, capiche? So this is why option C is the canon ending. You good?
Yes, boss.
Then roll it for So let's slow it down. Let's slow it way down and take you all the way back to the very beginning. Nope, too far back. Bring it back just a hair. Perfect. So for those that don't know, the GTA Online universe officially began before the GTA 5 story did. If we take it all the way back to the Series A funding heist missions, this is where we first get introduced to Trevor inside the online world of GTA 5. But what's important to remember is because this technically takes place before we even met the fucking guy within the story, this does not prove that option C is the true canon ending. Within the GTA 5 timeline, the Series A funding heist missions originate before Trevor even meets up with Michael and Franklin. So proof, this is not. But if it's proof you want, I got bags of it. According to Rockstar, everything that happens in the online world before the 2017 gun running DLC all officially takes place before the main story, and everything after the gun running is now set after the story ends. In the same year, we got the Smuggler's Run DLC, which involved this silly old cunt once again. For anyone that doesn't know, this is Ron. At the start of Smuggler's Run, Ron mentions his former best friend and how he's gone all Vinewood on him. He almost mentions the name Trevor before cutting himself off, then goes on to mention how he's now a guru and a lifestyle coach.
That bastard Trev, my best friend, oh, he's supposed to protect me forever? Then he goes all Vinewood on me. He's too important for Ron now. But he's a guru. He's a lifestyle coach. I don't know what he is. I bet he's got abs.
That's not proof. This is true, hence why there's more. In 2021, we got the Contract DLC, which shows how well Franklin ended up doing after the events of GTA's story. In Franklin's agency at the front desk, one of the staff members mentions a guy recently came in looking for Franklin. He said it was some hobo-looking dude who'd mentioned he used to work with him, and when he was told Franklin wasn't available, he got angry and even tried to shit on a desk.
This crazy dude swung by earlier, dressed like a hobo. Like really on edge. He swore him and Mr. Clinton used to work together. Got really angry when I said he wasn't available. I had to stop him from shitting on the desk. Seriously.
Now, come on, hippies. I understand this isn't a physical Trevor Phillips in the flesh, but this is Rockstar Games. If you don't agree that is a big old finger pointing to Trevor Phillips, me and you don't play the same game. And as for Michael, in 2019, we got the Diamond Casino heist. In this, we come across Michael's son, Jimmy. Whilst at the arcade, Lester mentions that Jimmy's just a family friend. Now, again, I admit, this isn't hard proof Michael's still alive, but then in 2021, if we go back to the Contract DLC, when you drive through the studio lot, Franklin mentions he knows one of the producers. So again, this isn't characters stood front and center swinging Johnsons singing from the rooftops, but for the love of God, people, Easter eggs. Admittedly, Rockstar Games don't always follow through with every last Easter egg, every little snide mention here and there. But when it comes to the main protagonists, if either option A or B was canon, I'm going all out that this mob would have been all over it. The fact we get heavy mentions for both Michael and Trevor tell me Rockstar know exactly what they're doing. The same way Lester mentions Nico Bellic or how Jimmy finds Nico's Life Invader page. It's all connected, you son of a bitch. Fine, I hear you. You're not convinced. Well, talk about saving the best for last. We've mentioned the Michael and Trevor Easter eggs. We've talked about the timeline of online versus the story, but the definitive proof that DEATHWISH is the official canon ending to GTA 5 is these three pricks. In the story, when you end on DEATHWISH, you finish the game by killing Steve Haynes, killing Wei Cheng, and sticking this weasel in the trunk and sending him to his grave. Then, unless I've missed anything, every online DLC story that comes after 2017, there is zip mention of Haynes, no mention of Weston or Cheng being alive. There was a mention of Steve Haynes by Agent ULP, but it's clearly said in the past tense.
Yeah, there's almost no species of un-American activity the Bureau hasn't undertaken at some point. You ever hear of Steve Haynes? Tip of the iceberg.
But even with that, I know there is still people out there warming up their fingers to go into battle with the keyboard.
Doesn't prove shit. Haynes and Weston could be in hiding.
Well, pump the brakes, loser, because here's the closing statement. In 2019, we got the Diamond Casino Resort missions. In this, Tao is alive, but he eventually mentions that he was attacked at the country club. I almost got killed at this country club once already. If you choose options A or B, the attack at the country club never happens. Sure, you might have blown Wei and Tao to smithereens in your story, but in regards to the canon storyline of Grand Theft Auto 5, Tao and his father were attacked at the country club. His father dies, but Tao somehow survives, then mentions the attack years later. And if that still isn't enough for you, then click the unsubscribe button. I don't know what else to tell you. And now with GTA 6 on the horizon, you're telling me that canonically all four of these motherfucking sexy bastards are alive? It really is the hope that kills you. Look, Chief, that is it for this video. Did I miss anything? Do you have a theory on the ending? Am I dead wrong? Let me know in the comments, and you already know what to do if you haven't already. Look at your scumbag!